also brings us into the aspect of police brutality and human rights. Human rights. What are we expecting? Bola Ahmed Tinubu to do as regards to police brutality, human rights, people's rights to come out, protest, and seek other democratic means. And why it's very interesting is because there are two people I would like to look at, how they will be able to handle radical opposition. One of them is Tinubu. The second person is Shore. And I have like very important reasons for looking at this, and I'm sure you guys understand. Tinubu was I would say he was a radical, but he was part of he was there. Whenever they mention Nadeko, they will always mention Tinubu, right? If we're being honest, right? And he stood up in opposition to the government, had to run away on exile and everything. So I want to see, people keep on touting, like the APC supporters, they keep on saying, okay, yeah, this guy is a Democrat. Oh, it's going to be different. Oh, it's going to be different from Buhari. Buhari is a military person. Like,
what were they doing there? What were they doing there?
Who doing?
What were they doing there? They said they shot some people at Lekki Tollgate. What were they doing there?
Yeah, so I want to see how it's going to be very interesting to watch how Tinubu will be able to handle opposition, at least on the national level, on the federal level, right? Because a lot of stuff don't get exposed on the state level, but on the federal level, I don't know what you guys are expecting as to human rights abuse. But before I let you guys go, like, there's one thing that they've said is that they're going to remove police from VIP protection, which I feel was a concept that was copied out of the AAC manifesto. But one question that I have is, if you're going to say you want to do that, why are you still, like, your people, many of the politicians that you've groomed have always left them. Even you still have VIP protection, even though you're not in power. So why is it that is at this particular time, maybe you're running for presidency, that you're saying you want to remove this? But what are your thoughts on human rights as what we should be expecting in this next 4 years? Where is
But this is
here,
Nigeria.
but
Don't you guys have any expectations? Why is everyone so quiet? What is this? What do you guys mean? This
that's like a metaphor. That's actually maybe how we feel about it.
But I beg.
Silence.
God, I beg. Shay, we go sit here see all these park riders killing people in broad daylight. Why is everybody silent? God, I beg. But seriously, I would expect that.
I get the message. Let's move on to other. I get the message.
No, why? No, what's the message here? No, the message.
No, I get the message.
I mean,
it's clear.
no.
It's clear. It's clear that you guys already rate my guy 0, even though he has not done anything. You guys already rate him 0. Okay, let's move on. Can we move on to like entertainment, sports?
Wait.
Before you move
All
on,
right.
you see that whole democracy struggle will be a very good smoke screen in the next 4 years. No, our government couldn't have done that. We were involved in pro-democracy struggle. How could we have even opted to shut anybody out? No. We are not. It might be just what do they call them again? There's a name they call anybody that doesn't align with the government in this past 8 years.
Terrorists.
No, not terrorists.
Treason?
No, it's not treasonable.
Unpatriotic?
No, not unpatriotic. They use a lot of words, but this one is particularly common. Like when they are calling somebody like Talk, there's a name they use. When they are calling a set of people like... No, not that people. No, there's this word they use. They will say, like miscreant. They use words like
miscreant.
Yeah, so they will come out and say, those people are just touts, fighting each other. Right? Like doing answers, you will hear that some people took it over. There's a name they keep hearing. The name is peculiar to Lagos that time. You might have to hear those kind of names on a national level now for the past 4 years.
Is it non-state actors? No,
It's not non-state actor. There's a
it's
name
just
they
the
call
word.
him. Yeah,
Maybe
like
it will come to you.
it will come. But don't be surprised to see a lot of smoke screen. A lot of these guys fighting enemies,
But,
not using state actors. Don't be
But
surprised.
they said that Tinubu in Lagos was able to perform judicial reforms when he was in Lagos, which our current vice president contributed in. He was able to initiate the concept of the not the concept, but he was able to implement have Lagos having the office of the public defender, and that helped a lot of people with human rights cases. So should we be looking at a scenario whereby once he comes into power, we'll start having maybe the likes of Femi Falana and Inibene Effiong and all of the other lawyers
Sorry,
can now go and rest, and we will now have lawyers defending people, our
say
human
this
rights will be
public defender
protected.
office, This public defender office, say their jurisdiction does not cover the people that SARS abused me. Because when they were doing that SARS, what do they call it again? This body that was constituted after the Lekki massacre, tribunal something. Is it tribunal? Or you guys call it
Yes.
Yeah,
tribunal? Yeah,
yeah.
Shebi, a lot of people came there and they said their cases have not been heard in court because they couldn't face SARS. Were those people not qualified to be defended? I'm just curious. Or does it mean public
Well,
defenders work for some people of
The
certain
way
states?
I'm losing hope, it's like hope is.
No,
But
no,
then the
this
no,
is
thing
don't
is,
lose hope.
it's yeah,
Don't lose
it's a
hope.
very, it's a very good, it's a valid question.
It's a
But I'm
renewed
thinking,
hope. Renew your
no,
hope.
but I'm thinking this is federal government, right? Now we're trying to look into how he's going to make those states work, because he might be interested in the judiciary system, he might be interested in building a lot of public defendants or whatever. But what if the states are not picking it up? It's going to also bring this effect in general for the whole country, right? So if they are not, if he's doing some things at the top and it's not something that many states are deciding to pick on, how is that even going to work? Because that's one of the reasons why our educational system is failing, healthcare is failing too. And then now we're talking human rights. And for some reasons, we like to think of human rights as secondary, as if it's human rights. Lack of food is not, a violation of human rights. If not going to school is a violation of human rights. So
there
not,
is no
it's not even just. Mhm.
there are no jurisdictional issues around the office of public defender, if I'm not mistaken. It is for you to
So you
provide
think,
an
is there nothing? Is there a what's it called? Is it in the constitution that all the state governors are supposed to provide, should I say pro bono service or public defendant service? I've not
ordinary
really seen that being discussed.
ordinarily, right? And don't let me say ordinarily. Let me look at it from the I think US perspective. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be afraid you. And I think they can do that through the office of the Attorney General of the Federation, which is somewhere where you may expect to see somebody like Osibajo or Rotimi Akeredolu. Is he still Ondo
Hmm?
State Governor?
Eh? Eh?
Rotimi Akeredolu or Osibajo now? They used
Eh?
to
I
he used
please
to walk
side
around with
Osho.
these people now. So you wouldn't be surprised to see them together, right? Birds of a feather. Abi, has any one of them ever denied that they are not of the same feather?
But is it possible that we can ever see a country whereby and I know that would be very possible. Okay, let me not do that. But like, is it possible that we can actually see a country whereby when you get elected into office, the way I used to think of, maybe there was a particular time where I was just a kid just dreaming. I used to think that when you get elected into office, all of the credible people, like credible people, even though they are in opposition, you pick them in like the best hands. It don't have to be people that supported you whatsoever. Like, you pick the best hands and actually infuse them into your government. Is it possible that we can actually see a scenario like that instead of having so many incompetent people, and we have a lot of talents, a lot of brains, but at the end of the day, they are just wasting away, dying in the grave, and a lot of
What are you
talent
going?
wasted. Like,
What are you going to
yeah.
tell the The people you negotiated with at Ota and Mina, all right? When they give you candidate to fill a slot.
Because Sinosure, I just feel like I feel like we are blessed, but we are cursing ourselves because it will be a curse if people like Femi Falana, if they die without being able to impact. Like imagine how we lost Gani Fahimi. Imagine how we lost Fela. Imagine how we lost, and those are just the prominent individuals, my brother. Those are the, I tell you, those are the prominent individuals. There are a lot of, because I know that. I know, for even from like people that I know that in my family, like brilliant minds, brains that could have contributed into this nation, whatever, you know, but they just die away and we just allow them go without being able to contribute. So at what stage are we going to have real patriots like leading our country that can bring in the best minds, that can bring in the best people regardless of whether they support you or not, to come and work and give them that room to work also. You know, I don't know if it's going to be possible that we can see that, you know, because some people will say, oh, that's what Tinubu is known for, is team building skills. He will bring in the best people. But me personally, I know that he does that, but he does it for his own benefit. It's not for the benefit of the people, right? He does it for his own benefit. So
I
I
guess
don't
the
know.
question,
That's just what I think. Yeah.
I guess the question answers itself. When you say, when are we going to get people who are patriotic and who are skilled to get into office? Perhaps when we get a leader who is patriotic and skilled. Don't forget the Yorubas will say, "Egbe eyeleye nwoto," which literally translates to the fact that a bird of a feather flock together. You understand? So it is practically just the case that, in this case, like attracts like. And when it is not coming from a place of patriotism, it cannot attract patriotism. If it does, it will stifle it and kill it. That's where I think all of the old things, I mean, people want Nigeria to change, people want Nigeria to work. And you see someone that has shown over time to have the capacity and has used the capacity to truncate some of Nigeria's objectives, our joint objective. I still put them into office, hoping they have repented. No, it doesn't work that way. You
A
get.
lot of people are repenting this period. Though. Don't give up.
Uh-uh.
Join.
Yeah, they repent
We
when it's
have a lot of
election,
repentance. We have
election
a lot
period.
of no. You just need to select a political party well, and you're repented. Any political party you select, everybody you just get in
Your,
there and you're
your sins
repented.
are forgiven.
Yep.